Hello everyone, back with another video. Been a long time since I've uploaded a video to this channel, but what better excuse or better reason to upload a video than a bit of a look at Blood Bowl 3. So at Gamescon overnight for us in Australia, they debuted a cinematic trailer and also went over some of the stuff that confirmed some stuff that's going to happen or be a part of Blood Bowl 3. So let's take a look, take a deep dive. I'm not going to go through the trailer. It is a cinematic trailer, so it doesn't show any gameplay. It's a pretty cool trailer. Check it out. I'll put a link in the video description so that if you want to check it out, you can check it out. If you're watching this, you've probably already seen it now anyway. So what we know is that Blood Bowl 3 will be heading our way 2021, early 2021. Some cool things straight off the bat is that it is going to follow the new tabletop edition in terms of rules, which is absolutely fantastic. A little bugbear that I always had with Blood Bowl 2 was that in terms of the rules to the tabletop edition, they were slightly different. You know, you saw some things like in Blood Bowl 2, claw piling on Mighty Blue was still pretty prevalent. It was less prevalent in the tabletop edition, and just some small other changes like that, you know, player stats, human catches, those sort of things. So it's really, really good that it's going to follow the new rules of the new tabletop edition. And that was sort of top of my list in terms of what I wanted from Blood Bowl 3, was that it followed the new rules exactly. Hopefully, if the new tabletop gets updated with any errata or anything like that, then Blood Bowl 3 will also be updated accordingly. So Blood Bowl 3 is also going to allow us to play one-off games or participate in leagues where your team will grow and your players will gain skills and improve. I think that was a given. If there weren't leagues in Blood Bowl 3, then it would have been a big downgrade from Blood Bowl 2. One thing it doesn't mention here that I would absolutely love is a tournament mode. For those that don't know, I am definitely more of a fan of tournaments in Blood Bowl than I am in leagues, and I think Blood Bowl 3 or the Blood Bowl video game does lend itself very well to being able to set up a tournament mode, being able to have some sort of mode where we grab all the teams and it knows it's a tournament and teams play, and then it ranks the teams in sort of a Swiss ranking, does the rankings that way, set however many rounds the tournament's going to go for, and then at the end we determine a winner. I think it's something that's probably quite simple to implement. Maybe not, I'm not sure, but I think it would be something that would be really cool, particularly since now, for those that are into the tabletop world, the NAF just had its first NAF ranked Blood Bowl 2 tournament with, I think it was the Welsh Open or something like that, and with things like COVID going on at the moment, the more opportunities and the easier it is to set up tournaments and play tournaments online, the better. I've definitely been missing tournaments this year. We only managed to get one in, and I think that is all we'll be able to get in this year by the looks of it. So a tournament mode in Blood Bowl 3 would be absolutely fantastic. This part is super disappointing for me. So on launch, it's apparently going to include 12 playable teams. Now, if it at launch just includes 12 playable teams, and then as the game or as time progresses, the other teams are just released for free and we can just access and play those teams for free when Blood Bowl 3 comes out, that would be ideal. I don't think that's going to be the case given what they did with Blood Bowl 2. I was actually quite late on buying Blood Bowl 2, and it was purely because of this. I didn't want to spend all of the money to have to buy the base game and then buy all of the DLCs. I think it would have cost something ridiculous all up. I managed to get it on sale, and it was quite cheap when I added up the base game and all of the DLC on sale together. It's just a bit of a barrier for entry. If I tell a friend who's never played Blood Bowl before, hey, you can come and play this game, let's say the initial launch cost is like $50 or $60, which it probably likely is, particular for Australian dollars. I'm not sure how that would sort of compare to everyone else, but let's say it's a roughly that mark. One of my friends sees me playing it, says it looks cool, wants to get into it, but I'm playing a team that's a $10 DLC. And so suddenly I tell him if he wants to play this game, he has to spend $70 to get this team. spend 60 to get the base game, spend another 10 to get this team, and he might not even like the game. As opposed to just spend $60, $70 and get all of the teams in the game, and then, buy cosmetics as DLC or something along those lines. There's plenty of games nowadays that have done that, plenty of games that do, battle pass-esque things where they pay $30 a season runs, you have to play a certain amount of games or whatever it might be, and you unlock cosmetics as you go. I think these sort of models now are what companies tend to lean to because they perform quite well. And I will be pretty disappointed if Blood Bowl 3 comes out, it has 12 teams, and then you have to pay for the other sort of 12 or 16, however many teams is going to be, all up in Blood Bowl 20. It would be pretty disappointing. You have to buy all of those, but we'll wait and see, I guess. In terms of the 12 playable teams that will be available at launch, we have the brand new Imperial Nobility team, which looks kind of cool. Sort of just look like humans with big feathers on their heads at the moment. I'm not sure if these are actual screenshots like from the game or whether these are just sort of character models that are sitting there, and whether this will be what they look like exactly in the game. Not sure, but they look okay. And then the Black Orc team as well. The Black Orc team, this troll in particular, I'm assuming it's a troll, looks really cool. I actually really like him and the detail, sort of the cuts and bruises on him. But again, not sure if this is what they'll actually look like in the game. I think there are some screenshots of the game below. So we do, yeah, so here's a screenshot, I think, from the game. So that looks like it's going to be a Black Orc by the looks of it. Imperial, Noble Man, whatever they're going to be. I don't actually know. I'll have to do a video where we go through and look at what we know about the new rules so far. Bit of a fight here. I really like the backgrounds of these, actually, the stadiums. The coloring and everything looks really cool. The colors seem to be matching the team. So I imagine, the human team's wearing blue here. I imagine the orc team is got sort of red on their emblem or whatever it might be. Imperial man smacking a human, smacking his brethren, and that's it for the screenshots we have. So, like I said, early 2021 release. It's going to be available on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PC. I have also seen a screenshot on Twitter, and someone said something, and I think it was the official Cyanide account that confirmed that it will also be on Switch. Not sure if that's 100% confirmed, but that would be really cool if it is on Nintendo Switch, because being able to play Blood Bowl 3 on the go would be really cool for some people. That's sort of it for all we know so far. Like I said, in terms of the improvements that I would like to see, I would love to see a tournament mode. I would love to see the full content available from the get-go, from release. I want to be able to play with all of the teams. Now, if there's some development constraints, and like I said, the teams are released later on just for free, that's a little bit different. But if they come out as DLC, I would much prefer cosmetics to come out as DLC, and so for regular updates to be had to the game that we could then use to, make our Black Orc team look like, I don't know, Savage Orcs or something like that. Those sort of things would be much cooler to me, and would be better to spend money on than having to buy the teams, which really should probably come through with come with the full game anyway. It would be kind of cool if you get some sort of special, I don't know, uniform or a discount or something like that if you buy the tabletop version of the game and have Blood Bowl 3. Kind of cool to have the linkage there. I think having a mode as well where you can fully customize players, so you can just take a player and give him all of the stats that you want, give him all the skills that you want, give him the price that you want, would be really cool for those that do like practicing for tournaments and building rosters for tournaments. Sometimes there can be some constraints depending on what the tournament rule set is in Blood Bowl 3, because you can't make the player exactly how you would like him to be, and so you end up with these weird things where you're trying to test the player and the player might randomly have, wild animal or something, and it's like, well, it's not a real true test, then, is it? I'd love to see some UI improvements in Blood Bowl 3 as well. I think it's kind of clunky, particularly when you're selecting your teams, you know, having to click through slowly all of my teams to then go to which team I want to play the game with. I'm not sure why that's not just a drop-down list that is easily selectable. I think it would also be cool if you could check out sort of player profiles. You can have a look at, say, a friend's profile, and it tells you how many touchdowns they've scored all up, how many trophies they've won, and even at the moment I know you can click on the individual teams. Sort of displaying those sort of things for the individual team would be cool too, having a trophy case where, you know, it says this team won X League, you know, Rebel Division 3 Season 10. They've got a little trophy there for that, or runners up, or, you know, and individual sort of medals or trophies for players as well, top scorer in this league, that sort of thing. So there's some small improvements that I hope to see. I am actually sort of looking forward to Blood Bowl 3 and hoping that it sort of delivers on all of these things. I think it kind of has to, with how accessible content is these days, and you've got things like Fumble. They really need to hit the mark with Blood Bowl 3, and I hope that they do, and I hope that more people can get involved in Blood Bowl. It's a fun game. I have fallen out of love with it a little bit lately, but I'm hoping that with Blood Bowl 3, with the new rules release, I'll be able to get back into the swing of things, so hopefully you'll be able to see some more videos soon. But that's going to do it for now. Thanks everyone for checking in. Check back in for hopefully some more Blood Bowl 3 news in the future. Until then, I'll catch you later.